Hi, I'm Sean Shays, applicant for the IE International MBA program. I'm here today to answer the question, how do you envision the city of the future? For the purposes of this exercise, I'll be describing how I envision the city of the future in 40 to 50 years. I've chosen this time horizon for two reasons. The first is because I think it would be difficult to accurately fathom the distant future. The second is because I will hopefully be able to see for myself how accurate my predictions are, should I live long enough. Before we begin talking about the city of the future, let us first discuss the characteristics of a modern city. Essential to any city are its citizens. Public transportation, such as subways and train systems. Hubs for international travel, like airports. Access to shopping and consumables, like restaurants. And clothing retailers, in addition to countless other merchant services. And let's not forget our social activities, like nightclubs and discotheques. To support these enterprises, citizens must have money to spend, and therefore there must be access to employment. Occasionally, these citizens will need medical attention, so hospitals and emergency services are a must. A government is necessary to ensure order in the running of a city and to manage its resources in a fair and responsible manner. Governments also help to ensure that the rights of the people are protected through law enforcement. A penal system aids law enforcement through courts and penitentiaries. Another function of the government is to ensure there is ample access to education. Governments also regulate financial institutions which play an important role in a modern city, facilitating various types of transactions quickly and securely. Important to many citizens is access to places of worship. Motorized and pedestrian pathways are essential to everyday life in a modern city. Power and water infrastructure are the lifeline of a modern city. Waste management and sewer systems help collect and dispose of waste safely. Access to housing for various types of families is also essential. A modern city is comprised of citizens, housing, access to shopping, educational institutions, public transportation, employment opportunities, motorized and pedestrian pathways, power and water infrastructures, local government and law enforcement, waste management and sewer systems, city maintenance and emergency services. Now let's see how each of these might exist in the future. Citizens of the future have become increasingly diverse as transportation makes moving around less cumbersome. Advances in medicine and technology have increased the average lifespan, as well as the population. Quality of life will improve in many ways. For example, as virtual reality becomes more realistic and affordable, you may take a trip to the beach without leaving your home. Multi-unit dwellings have become the predominant form of housing in and around cities. To accommodate the growing population, buildings are much larger. In the future, consumer shopping predominantly takes place through personal computing devices. Turnaround time on deliveries has made going to a brick-and-mortar store inefficient. Restaurants and nightlife businesses are still a major part of daily life. At home, food can be prepared by a 3D printer. Similar to the transformation the workplace has undergone, students will attend school from the comfort of their homes. Students will virtually attend class and will be grouped with students by ability regardless of their immediate geographic location. Reliance on mass public transportation will also decrease among the middle class as the cost of public transportation and private transportation converge. Technology eliminates the timely delays associated with commuting today. The increased population will ensure a steady demand for public transportation, which will be much more efficient as well. Employment opportunities are no longer the draw they once were to cities, as telecommuting has rid itself of the impersonal stigma it had in the early part of the century with the use of holograms, which now provide face-to-face interaction. As humans are able to take back more of their free time, more industries will open up that require the interpersonal skills of another human. Roadways and automobiles will interface, eliminating accidents and traffic and decreasing the time it takes to get where we are going. As self-driving vehicles become the norm, the cost of hiring a car to get from place to place will go down. In turn, individual ownership will decrease as well. In the future, energy will be abundant and cheap. Fusion technology and solar cells will be standard. The technology to bind two hydrogen atoms to one oxygen atom will exist, giving access to clean drinking water to people all over the world. The definition of local will encompass a larger geographic area as technology makes governments more efficient. Law enforcement will use highly automated technology, drones, and monitoring devices, and cybersecurity will become an even bigger part of our life. Sophisticated surveillance systems will exist in every city. In the future, landfills will no longer be necessary. Waste will be sorted and either recycled, reused, composted, or converted to energy. While city maintenance and emergency services have become highly automated, there will still be functions performed by humans. Now that we've discussed how the characteristics of a modern city might evolve in the future, let's see what else is new. In the future, humanoid robots, implants and wearable technology, drones, and nanotechnology will play a large role in our everyday life. As these technologies develop, the possibilities are endless for where they can be applied. One could go on for hours speculating how each of these topics will turn out, but ultimately we'll have to wait and see. Thank you for taking the time to listen as I described how I envision the city of the future.